Jamie from Play to Learn Preschool. How are you today? It's Wednesday afternoon and I'm excited to be here today to share with you some of our favorite interactive books. Before I do that, I wanted to address a couple of comments that I got yesterday after Gemma and I shared the video of our class puppet Betsy. I had a number of people leave comments and also email me and just say, wow, you guys have so much fun, or I wish I had fun at school like that, or you two are a hoot, which I appreciate all the compliments, but it just made me think that I wanted to encourage you, before I share these books with you, go ahead and have fun with your kids. Be that crazy puppet lady or the crazy one who's singing with their kids down the hall. If you're not authentically having fun with your preschoolers, then I have this thought, like, fake it till you make it. So pretend like it's a blast, like it's the most fabulous thing you've done all day, because it's contagious. When you have fun at school with your students and with your co-teacher and just in your building, in your classroom, your students are going to have fun too. And I'll tell you, when they're having fun, the behavior problems are so small, so minuscule. And so if you're not having fun, go ahead and be crazy. Do something silly. Make the kids laugh, make yourself laugh. It should be fun for 3 to 5-year-olds. I think it should be fun for everybody, but specifically it should be fun for 3 to 5s. So that's my word of encouragement for you before I start sharing these books. Okay, hi everybody. Hey Michelle, hey Ashley, thanks for joining me. Okay, so the stories that I'm going to share with you today, I'm calling them interactive books. It's still the beginning of the year for us. And before I can really delve into any content or anything like academic or school related, we really need to develop a connection to our students. And one of the best ways to do that is by finding a common book that you all love. In our classroom, of course, everybody loves Pete the Cat, but I also like to introduce other books that I think that they're going to love, that they can continue to read and just have this love of books and reading in my classroom at the beginning of the year. So I'm going to share 4 of my favorites with you today. I'm only going to read 1 to you, but I'll share the other 3 as well. And then at the end, when I log off, I will leave some links at the top so you don't have to jot them down. I'll put a link up in the description of the video. So here's the first one. This is actually my book, my original book from when I was a little girl. The price tag is still on the front. It's 89 cents. It's a little golden book, and this is my actual childhood book. So my students aren't really allowed to play with it, but I bring it out to read it to them. I'll show you the copy that they are allowed to play with. This one, and everything is going to be backwards because I'm by myself and I'm on the selfie cam. So I apologize, it's gonna look like I'm reading backwards, but it's just the camera, sorry. So this one is called The Monster at the End of This Book, starring lovable furry old Grover from Sesame Street. And they've written and updated it with Elmo, so the kids are allowed to read that one, but this is my original book. And I love this book because in the story, Grover, the lovable furry monster, is actually talking to the reader, which that's the best way to get them to listen. So it says, what did that say on the first page? What did that say? Did that say that there's going to be a monster at the end of this book? Oh, I'm so scared of monsters. And then on each page, Grover implores the reader not to turn the page. Shh, he says, listen, I have an idea. If you do not turn any pages, we will never get to the end of this book. And that is good because there is a monster at the end of this book. So please do not turn the page. And then of course, what are the students going to do? Turn the page. And they keep turning it and everything. He yells, you turned the page. I love this book too. It's one of my, like 40 years later, it's still one of my favorites. And so of course at the end, the monster is him. But he's like, please, 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 please don't turn the page. I'm so scared. And then of course your students are going to turn the page and he goes, oh, look at that. The lovable furry monster is me. And so it's this cute little book and it's perfect for engaging your students. So if you have students who struggle with language or maybe struggle with some special needs and you're just having a hard time reaching them, try one of these 4 books that I'm sharing with you today because they're irresistible. So this is my first recommendation, The Monster at the End of this book. And then the second one, which is newer, is called Another Monster at the End of the Book, and it's with Elmo. So they might be more familiar with Elmo than Grover, but this one's got a special place in my heart. Okay, the second one is our absolute favorite book this week at preschool. I think I've read it, so it's only Wednesday. I think I've read it 8 times to them, and then they have been reading it to each other, which that's the sign. Hey Katie, hi Diane, it's good to have you live. How fun. So that's a sign of a really good book if the students then will turn around and read it to each other. So this is called Don't Push the Button by Bill Cotter. It is about a little monster named Larry, and every page has a button. And this is the only one I promise I'll read to you cover to cover because it is adorable. And I have it memorized because it's gonna be the 9th time I've read it this week. So it says, "Hi, my name is Larry. Welcome to my book. There's only one rule. Don't push the button." And so then the kids are like, "Ooh, why not?" Seriously, don't even think about it. It does look pretty nice though. I wonder what would happen if we pushed it. No, we can't. We mustn't. They love that. I love listening to them read it out loud when they go, "No, we can't. We mustn't." It says, "Psst, no one is looking. You should give the button one little push." And then of course I'll offer it and let the kids push the button one time. Ah! Now I am yellow. Push it again. Eek! Now I am yellow and polka dot. Push it twice. So they're listening and following directions too, right? So then I let them all push it twice. It says, "Ah! Now there's 2 of me." Push it a bunch of times, and then they're all push, push, push the button, right? He says, "Uh-oh." There's 1,000 Larrys. He says, "Shake the book to get rid of all the extra Larrys." So I'll let them all shake the book. Almost. A little more. Let me shake it a little more. He says, "Okay, there we go." And he's reading this book that says, "So you've pushed the button." And it says here to scratch Larry's tummy to make him back to normal. So then they all scratch Larry's tummy. And you can actually see on my book where it's all scratched up. Hee hee hee, that tickles. Okay, much better. Let's not push the button again. And then the kids are all screaming, "Push it!" But that was kind of fun. Maybe just a couple more pushes. So then of course the kids are all push, 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 push. And at the end there's tons of Larrys. They adore this book. And then Diane just said that there's another book by the same author, which I'm gonna have to look up as soon as I finish here, because it's interactive. They're following directions, they're listening, they're engaging with the book, they're engaging with me and with each other, and then they turn around and read this book to themselves the entire time during centers. It's really a winner. So Don't Push the Button is my second favorite interactive book. And then these other 2 you might be familiar with. And they all have a similar premise to The Monster at the End of the Book and Don't Push the Button. So the third one is called Tap the Magic Tree. It's by Christy Matheson. I think I pronounced that right. And it's the story of the life cycle of a tree. And it's the same premise as touching the Don't Push the Button. So each page, and I appreciate, I had a parent tell me about this book, and they said, "You're gonna love this book," and she was totally right, so thanks for the recommendation. It says, "There's magic in this bare brown tree. Tap it once, turn the page to see." And it's also rhyming, which I love rhyming books. I'm a sucker for a rhyming book. And so you tap it once and then turn the page and the leaf has appeared. And then it says, tap it again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the leaves appear on each page. And it just goes through, you know, each time they tap the book, touch the buds on the book. I don't know if you can See, it's got like little spring buds. Give it a little jiggle to get the buds to fall off. It says make your fingers wiggle and they'll fall down. So it's got different things for the students to do on each page. And it goes all the way through the life cycle of the tree. So summer, and then the apples, and then it starts to turn yellow, and then it's fall, and then all the way to fall. And then they say, you know, blow or clap it, clap your hands to get the leaves to fall off. And then it snows, and the tree is bare, and it starts all over again. So it's this perfect little book for the life cycle of a tree, and it's interactive. They tap the magic tree or shake it or blow the wind on it or clap their hands to make it snow. So Tap the Magic Tree is my third suggestion for a nice interactive book. And my final suggestion is one you might be familiar with. It's called Press Here by, I think it's French, Henri Toulet? I don't know how to pronounce it, Henri Toulet, if I was doing my ugly American accent. And it's this story of this yellow dot, and every page has a direction, so to press here. If you're not familiar with this one, it's a really cute book. It's got a board book cover, but the pages are regular. So it starts with ready, and then they press here and turn the page. And then you press again, it makes 3, and it says rub the dot on the left and it turns red, rub the dot on the right and it turns blue, touch it 5 times and there's 5 dots, touch the red one 5 times, touch the blue one 5 times, and then shake it up, right, just kind of like the other books. Shake them up again, tip it to the right, and then the next one, tip it to the left, and then, you know, line them all up. They have to push all the yellow dots, turns the lights out, push them again to turn the lights on. It says press really hard on all of the dots, so the students are all pressing hard on the dots. And then, you know, we start to, I think this one says try blowing on them, so it's moving them up the page, trying to get all the black off, blow on it again, and then stand the book up straight to get them all lined up. Like this, and clap your hands, it makes them bigger, clap twice, even bigger, clap more, even bigger, more clapping, and they're so big, keep clapping, it says, keep clapping, and more clapping. It says, uh-oh, it's too loud with the clapping, press the white dot, and it's back to normal. And then you can start all over again. So any kind of book like this, Press Here, that involves the reader, it gets them, it's training them how to listen when you read a story, and they're interacting with it, following directions, and really connecting with you in this shared experience of a book is a really good way to spend your time, especially at the beginning of the year. So these are some of our favorites. I'd love to hear what some of your favorites are too. I saw somebody said The Very Hungry Caterpillar, and that's absolutely one of my favorite books of all time as well. But these are 4 that really involve the reader, and so I wanted to share them with you. They're 4 that my students love, and I'm sure your kiddos would love them too. So that's what I have for you this afternoon. Gemma and I will be back tomorrow. We're going to give you a peek into our white cabinets. So do you see these white cabinets? I think you can see them, like above all of my centers. I've had you look inside my blue thematic boxes, and tomorrow we're actually going to open up the cabinets, and I'm going to show you how I store thematic books and some of our other games and activities in those cabinets. So it's not perfect, but I'll show you how it works for us. And Friday I'm going to share 3 things that you will not see in our classroom ahead of our big tour on Monday the 10th at 1. So I hope you tune in again. It was really great to see you guys. Have a wonderful afternoon. Have fun playing and learning with your students. Bye, everybody.